What's going on, everybody? This is Duke White, News Media One, and ComingSoonJesus.org. And once again, we are here with Chris Evans. How you doing?
Doing fine. How are you?
We're here at the Greenbrier Mall, Chesapeake, Virginia kiosk, Coming Soon Jesus kiosk, and today is Chris Evans' book signing. You excited?
Very excited.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for inviting me.
You are, what you've done is so amazing. Well, what you and your son here have done, I don't know if you can see James here. There you go. We'll be doing an interview with him soon too. He didn't know that, but we got to make sure. He's the artist. So you worked with him on this project.
Yes.
We talked a little bit before about it, but let's do a little refresher. What inspired you to do this?
Just loving my state of Virginia, believing in truth, and wanting to find out what the truth of history is. And I had known a lot of criticisms of Virginia and the history, and so much of it was bad. I found out a lot of things are incorrect. Wow. And I have spent many years just studying Virginia history, creating notebooks of research for myself.
So this wasn't like some type of, just emotional thing. You really did the research.
I did. I've read primary source documents, collected copies thereof, associated with scholars who have, non-scholars have endorsed my book. And so it's been vetted by people who know.
What made you want to do it in a children's book form?
Children are the ones that need to be captivated with the truth. Mm-hmm. And they're coming up and they're learning wrong things about our culture. They're learning wrong things about God and how He works and how He's worked in history. Yeah. And so children are a great way to introduce adults because...
what's funny about this is that it's sometimes in our brain we think there's history and then there's like the spiritual history.
Yes,
we don't see the connection sometimes.
Yes.
And you found a way to show how believers influence American history.
Many years ago, many decades ago, colleges and universities right here in Virginia, William and Mary was like the third university started in the 1600s in the country. Harvard maybe was number one. They were all started by God-loving people, and often the people that started them were what we know now as Presbyterian believers. And then in the 1800s, education took a big split between what is sacred and what is secular. Instead of the former idea was all is sacred but sin.
Wow.
All of your life is sacred because you belong to God totally and entirely.
Wow.
And so that, history used to be taught in unity, that there was, because as my website indicates, it's His story. History is His story.
That's right.
And so it's integrated, and I've integrated it.
Well, tell me about this. When people want to get in contact with you,
yes.
How do they do that?
Well, I have a website. It's www.hisstory1607, hisstoryvirginia 1607.com.
And you also do tours.
I do.
And when people want to do tours of like colonial sites and historical sites in Virginia, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, they could easily email me. Okay. It's chris.m.evans1979@gmail.com.
Okay.
And that's a good way to reach me. And I belong to a newly formed Speakers Bureau, which there's going, the United States Constitution and different. Some founders dressed in costume, and then I'll be doing the Virginia part. We're going to be going to schools and various groups that
really
want
cool.
us, and that will be on my website as soon as it's totally formed. We're working on the promotional material.
Gotcha.
And you will have the promotional material offered to you when we have it completed.
Well, I do want to say this, that I know there's some things coming in the future where you're going to be doing YouTube channels and things like that, constantly releasing information about history. So she's going to be taking us on a journey of his story, and showing us how Christianity has influenced America. And so expect to see that YouTube channel very soon, and expect to see a lot more from Chris Evans. We'll be back. Everybody, this is Duke White with ComingSoonJesus.org, and we want to invite you to come to Greenbrier Mall and check out our kiosk. We've started here on the week of Black Friday, and our purpose is to stimulate evangelism and to be a voice of wisdom, truth, and love in the marketplace. So you can either order online at ComingSoonJesus.org, or you can come here to Greenbrier Mall and check us out. We'd love to see you. We want to invite every pastor out, every church out. If you're an author, come talk to us. We'd love for you to come and do a book signing. If you have different materials and gifts, pretty soon we're going to be able to have a place to facilitate you there as well. So come out and fellowship with us, celebrate with us, and help us stimulate evangelism. God bless you. And again, go to www.comingsoonjesus.org. All right, we are back here at the book signing of Odyssey of Faith with Chris Evans, and now we get to meet the artist and her son, James Evans. How you doing?
Doing all right.
First of all, I want to say you did a phenomenal job on the book. I mean, and I definitely want to talk to you about what were some of the challenges that you faced, because I mean, you did some really detailed, cool stuff.
Well, I guess I just have to say is having the one biggest challenge I face is putting it all together. Never before have I ever had to try to draw, ink, color an image at the same time of even figuring out how it's going to look like in the first place.
Right.
I actually, one of the other things I can think of that I did that was challenging is I actually went to the Jamestown settlement that was up there near Yorktown and asked questions and went around and looked at the ships and things like that.
Wow.
That was kind of the first beginning of realizing what I would have to be drawing,
Right.
I actually went on a ship and looked at the reproductions of it.
And you saw the details of everything. Yeah.
I'm going to draw all of this, but
that's
apparently,
cool.
Yeah, but that's what I started to do.
And you were inspired by the actual ships and the actual. You went to Jamestown and collected all of that. Wow, that visual inspiration.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I just figured, well, I just don't want to just make stuff up in my head. I actually want to look at what I'm doing.
That would help a little bit. Yeah, that would help.
Yes, I would. And I first went on. I looked online. I looked at photos off of Google. Well, pictures, obviously, paintings. Yeah. But then I, of course, went to Jamestown and figured I needed to do some research. How did they dress? How did their armor look? Would the women wear an apron or something like that?
Yeah.
And I just went around the exhibits, looking at the houses. How I even asked the actors questions that were there. That were they have reenactors, and I went there and looked at how their armor was and all those things.
Yeah. Now, how long did it take you to complete everything?
I think it would take me about a year or so, because I had to go through it. Not only is there just completing the drawings, you got to send it off to mom, to all of her friends. They got to say this is okay, that's okay, and then there's of course edits and changes that have to go over the period of time. But yeah, it took a long.
How long have you been an artist?
I've been an artist ever since I could remember.
Wow, so you just knew you had the gift to draw.
Yeah. Well, of course I've gone to school. I've taken some classes. I've read how to draw books.
Yeah.
And all that. But I've been basically drawing ever since I could.
Now, what was it like working with mom? Answer this the right way.
Yeah, yes. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely.
It was absolutely
perfect.
were was never any problems.
Nothing at all.
She was always easy to please.
Job. Yes.
That's awesome. So I mean, the end product is absolutely amazing. Now, I do want to know, because I was like, did you have to draw it twice? I wanted to know, like, how did you do it with someone's going to be like, dude, you're so dumb. But listen, how did you do? Because I know that you did the outline first with the coloring book, and then there's the.
Yeah.
So how did that work?
Well, the thing is that I, of course, there was times I was drawing pictures, getting so mad I'd ball them to throw them away and start all over again.
Right.
But first, I would first, draw it out in blue pencil. Then I would get everything right. Then I would go over that in normal pencil, and after that I would go after ink, and then it goes on and so forth.
So you did the drawing and the painting.
Yes, I did everything myself.
Wow, that is so cool.
I usually, for the painting, I went through Photoshop, and I used Illustrator for one of the pictures, which is the vector-based program, which is the map in the that's in the book in one of the pages.
That is so cool.
So.
Well, listen, guys, this shows you the power of what family can do, and what when family gets on one vision, what they're capable of doing. They've made a wonderful book for the people of God and for people who just want to know the truth about their history. But this shows you some of the just amazing power that God has blessed our families with. And so, James, I want to say thank you because you did a wonderful job, man.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing more stuff from you. You got any more stuff coming out?
I'm working on my own stuff right now. I'm working on a comic book idea, but it's
right
kind
on.
of all conceptual now.
He's like, it's all conceptual. It's gonna be like a Star Wars, The Hobbit.
Not something fantasy. But
right.
So I'm doing it at the
now
moment.
you gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. I get it.
Forward.
All right, listen, guys. We're gonna see you guys later. Make sure you go to comingsoonjesus.org, get the Coming Soon Jesus shirt, but also make sure you go to the Odyssey of Faith and check out the book. Make sure you support Chris Evans and James as they've done something wonderful for the body of Christ, and we've got to have each other's backs. This is Duke with comingsoonjesus.org, News Media One. Make sure you come by and see us at the Greenbrier Mall, Chesapeake, Virginia. It's 1401 Greenbrier Parkway. We love you guys. See you soon.
Hello everyone, this is Duke White, CEO of ComingSoonJesus.org. One of our favorite things to do is to sit back and listen to the great music played on Current FM. And now we have an opportunity to be a blessing and give back to Current FM. Here's what we did. We set up a website, ComingSoonJesus.org/Current FM, where you purchase a Coming Soon Jesus shirt and a portion of the proceeds goes back to Current FM to help make sure they're continuing to play wonderful, great, inspiring, positive music for the family. So check it out. Make sure you go to ComingSoonJesus.org/Current FM and support Current FM. We love you guys. God bless.
Jesus is coming.